So, Mr. Avinash, welcome to Argus English.
Thank you.
And many congratulations for
Thanks a lot.
making it
Thank
to
you.
the top 16 of Masterchef India.
Thank you.
So, the first question goes like this. You are a student of PhD.
Yes.
At certain point of time, you have watched Masterchef India. When did you thought that I will be going to the reality show? It's a dream. I have to make it. I have to go through cooking. When did it come to your mind that to participate in the reality show?
I think that was never a thought that I will go to Masterchef India. It was like I was doing things what I always loved to do. I used to cook. I used to do things around food. Since my studies is related to agriculture and things, so somewhere agriculture is the backbone of any nation. And when it comes to like cooking, food and agriculture are correlated. If the agriculture community or the farmer community will not grow plants or grow these rice or paddy or whatever we are consuming, so it will not come to our plate, right? So it is associated with me academically, professionally, you can say that.
Okay, we get the agricultural background.
Yeah.
We are consuming straight from the trees, from plants and everything,
Right,
etc.,
right,
etc.
right.
But what you have done is that you brought flowers.
Right.
Through those flowers, you have brought flavors, and
Right.
which is totally unique. How that particular thought came to your mind through this and everything?
Actually, if you see, my specialization is in floriculture and landscape gardening. So, if we talk about agriculture, we first think of rice, paddy, and things. So, we have different departments. So, my department is horticulture, in which I am doing my specialization in floriculture and landscape gardening. So, my thought was whenever you see flowers or you see garden, it's just for aesthetics. It's nothing like related. You can don't think them as a food. If you go to a rice field, you will think, okay, this is a rice field, and we will finally get rice out of it. But when you go to a garden, if you see plants, you will not see them as as you will consume it. But as per Ayurveda, as per our culture, a lot of edible plants are there which we consume somewhere. Like lot of we know the pumpkin flowers, we consume it as a delicacy in Odisha. But beyond that, there are so many local flowers, there are so many plants, diversity are there, which people are ignorant about. So my education of floriculture landscape gardening, that I wanted to contribute something to that field, and somehow since I was passionate about cooking and all, that idea taught me to bring that flowers into the food chain. A lot of people are doing food related stuff, but again at the same point of time, the very thought of bringing those flavors, those colors of natural colors of plant into the food, there was also a story behind it. There are a lot of thought which has gone behind that particular food to represent the state, and a lot of ideas has gone into it. So I was sure, okay, the somewhere that thought what I have like visualized will click somewhere.
So one more thing regarding the judges. Who is your favorite amongst the three?
I think I love all three judges have they are very versatile in their own field. They are amazing as people, like they come to us, they in the process right now, since I am in that kitchen working with them, they are amazing in their own field. They have their own touch of things what they do. And so I think there is something different and unique from each judges we need to learn. So if you see like very great storyteller, if you see Chef Ranveer, he has ideas about these science behind it, the history behind it. So the storytelling, the way he narrates the food.
So let me put you in a difficult space right now.
Right.
If you get an opportunity from those three, with whom would you love to work?
I would love to work with all people in the food industry. Not being diplomatic,
Yeah, yeah.
but see, frankly speaking, you need to like lot of people have some unique thing inside them, and you need to take something out of each person at the end of the day. So I think everyone's uniqueness is there, and I try to get those uniqueness, that learning lesson from them, and try to imbibe that in my life and in my cooking. So I would love to work all three of them. Why not? Why only one?
What about Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah, if I don't know, like if you never know in future, if I get an opportunity, see, that's what I'm saying. I have not been thinking about it with whom I will be working, because I have so much to learn.
So
Like
how the judges, I mean Vikas Khanna, Ranveer, how do they behave behind the camera? On camera, you have seen, yeah, they are supportive, they are doing everything. But how they guide you behind the camera, behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes, we are not that much like, see, when it comes to a professional work. So when we are in a kitchen, there they come and like they teach us, they tell the thing how need to be done. And beyond camera, I think these things are very professional. We don't interact that much beyond the cameras. So it's mostly during the work hours. There is some professional ethics are there. So we are mostly on camera. What you see, they guide us when we go somewhere wrong. And since it's a show, we have some protocols. So beyond camera, they are also they smile at us. They encourage us. Like since we have challenges in each and every round. So there they back camera. They just encourage us and make a buck up. They don't take stress and do things very well.
And one more thing,
Yeah.
when you left your job, so for your passion, definitely, what happened? I mean, how your parents reacted to that?
My parents, like they were obviously everyone parents they want that somebody should have a stable life and have a job, secured job. So this was my second government job. First one when I was doing my masters. I got my first job as an horticulture officer, and that time I have to choose over my studies, and again the same situation of choosing my study or job. So I chose my studies and I left that job, and then again I got get into my PhD. I was doing in West Bengal, and so that time when I was doing masters, I was in Tamil Nadu. So when I shifted to another state for my higher studies, and then again OPSC was there, so I gave my examination. I got this horticulture officer job, and so my guide, she was like, okay, people are not getting jobs, and you should like you have already got one job, so don't leave this one.
Because the internet is right now on that point that where thousands are struggling for a government job, and
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
guy has left it, and now
So,
is yeah.
like that's what they said ki okay, you are getting an opportunity second time, just go for the job. And then I decided, okay, fine, this time I'll join the department. And in 2013 I joined in department, and it was a long period. I worked in department as an agriculture officer, and saw the system, saw things closely, like how the agriculture community, how grassroots level people, farmers work in the field. As agriculture officer, I saw the system. I was looking after many schemes of government, which were very important schemes of agriculture policies were there, and it was an eye-opener journey for me.
Anyway, it ended up well, no doubt.
Yeah, I decided that I have to take a call because job and money will come with time, but the
So with
education.
this a slight thing I want to
Yeah.
ask you, what will be your message to the youth?
I think believe in yourself, whatever you want to do. I think everybody's situations are different. For me, might be the circumstances and situation were different. I could able to take this big decision at support of my friends, family, and support of your family is more important, I would say. So for youth, I would say, like, if your call is strong, you know what you want to do, you know your goals are you are clear about it, go for it. And you need to do a lot of hard work. I think every time something will happen which will break you down, you will be anxious about, because if you think about future, you will get anxiety. But if you see the present, what you need to focus on, I think things will fall in place, and you will achieve whatever you want to do.
We know that all the upcoming rounds will be going to be tough, definitely
Yes,
tough.
yes, yes.
And you have a special connection with flowers.
Yeah.
So, what happens if there will be any round in future where you won't be getting any kind of support, that you have to make some dishes without using the flower flavors and all? So, how would you react? What would be your plan?
I think now I have with my top 36 round, I have used flowers. With my top 16 one, I have used flowers over there. But I think now what you have seen on screen, the episodes we have come across, we have not given flowers, or I didn't have flower component over there. But still, I managed to make a Pan Asian food using some local ingredients. I used even there are so many other local ingredients through which I created food out there. So it's not necessary that I can only work with flowers.
What was the
Beyond,
first dish that you served in MasterChef which made you to the judges round?
The first dish, I think, the one you have seen, that was the audition of the mega auditions of Kolkata, and the first dish which made me to the top 16. I It was a lesser known Odia food from northern Odisha, specially made in Bhadrak district, Balesore, and all that parts. And I named as flavor of Tatini because it named after my maternal grandmother. Because she's the one who used to make this dish, which is made out of fish. It's usually made out of the small fish. We call that chunna machar or mohurali and all that. But this time, since they have spines over there and bones, so I thought of using a river fish, because Tatini means river in Odia. So I used a river fish out there and cooked the same dish. But along with that, I tried to give my own touch of flowers. So I use hibiscus flowers out there and use local, hyper local veggies like lotus stem, and then East Indian arrowroot, like we call paduo in Odia, and then radish. And use the hibiscus color to have their pigment and medicinal properties inside this white colored vegetables, and use that broth for cooking the rice.
Did you learn cooking from from your grandmother?
No, I can't say that I have learned from them. When I make things, I ask them how to make it. So I use my own hand and get instructions from them. That's how they guide me. I would say I have got guidance from them when I do something related to they are specialized in. But yes, I can't say my mother has guided me. I would say the proportions, how to do things, how to you have to keep the pressure cooker and like close the pressure cooker, open the pressure cookers. When I was in school, I used to do a lot of things. So I think my mother is one who has guided me, and like in a way how to balance your flavor, salt, sugar. So she has guided me, I would say.
A question straight comes from your girl's fan base. Okay, there are talks about your hairstyle, attire,
Right.
and definitely beard. So, what will be your take on this? From where did you get that this kind of look?
Look is like, see the hair, because of COVID I didn't able to cut my hair, so I was not getting exposed to barber shop, and I always wanted to grow my hair. And if you see my childhood pics, I have long hairs when I was a kid, because we were staying outside Odisha. So we have, after 1 year you need to chop your hair, and it's like there is an offering of your hair. So since we could not able to come here, again when I was a kid I had long hairs, and my parents used to put like ponies over here and there. So if I can resonate my childhood thing with me right now.
So it is what it is right now. You had it in
No,
childhood.
that time I had two ponies on this
Now
side.
it's one.
It's one right now. And other than that, the beard is okay. Now I'm used to having beard, and so it's growing. And other than that, the attire, I always love wearing handlooms. And wherever in my life, if there is an important function or event in my life, I always prefer wearing that. And when I was working also in agriculture department, people know me because I used to wear a lot of handlooms. So when I went there, the forum of Masterchef, I felt like this is the right attire I should
They
carry.
really complimented your get up wearing
Yes,
summer.
yes, obviously, like the moment I entered into when we have to take the dish, my audition was there. The first thing they observed or they marked is my shirt. So there was a discussion between Chef Garima and Chef Vikas. They said, "Wow, even my dish color was blue in color, and it has that was flowers and everything." So it was like coincidentally, all my attire and my dish was complementing each other.
So when the news broke out that you have made into the top 16 of in MasterChef India, so the internet was filled with love, heartwarming messages, and everything. How that exact moment felt to you?
Uh, the moment was for me. It took me time to take things into in sync, because for me to understand that I have reached that particular place and have made that into MasterChef kitchen was a kind of a surreal moment for me, because what we saw in screen was for 5 minutes, but I had a long 45 minutes of audition, which was like where I have to represent my state, where I have to represent the whole community out there, and my ideologies or my belief system about food, what I have. And when I got that apron, I got that somewhere my intentions behind the whole journey has been fulfilled. When I got this apron, I was filled with a lot of happiness, lot of emotional roller coaster moment flashbacked on my mind.
You felt proud because of you made Odisha proud, or you have just achieved your dream?
Uh, See, people see dreams when they sleep. I always I have dreamt with my open eyes. I've seen things, visualizing things with my open eyes are my dreams. I would say it was never with the closed eyes, and because you moment you open your eyes, you forget. So the dreams which are seen by open eyes will be fulfilled, and you work on it. So that way, I was happy that okay, what I have thought of or for what I have worked hard has come this way. And it was never a plan. It was, I would say, it was, as I was telling you, a lot of people wanted me to go there. So there was a belief system of a lot of people behind me. And when I did that particular thing, I never thought that, okay, this will happen. And it is just all happened with the, I was just going with the flow. I was giving my best and things were one after another things was happening for me.
Odisha people are very much happy to see their traditional dishes being served on the national stage of Masterchef. It was really amazing. So we really thank you, and we hope that you make it to the grand finale of Masterchef.
Thanks a lot.
And we really hope that you move forward with flying colors and get more opportunities.
Thank you.
And even if it is there that if God is watching you, then I hope that you get a Michelin star chef as well,
Hope
making
so.
more Odisha proud. So with
Hope so.
this, as you have seen how a man with passion can achieve anything, no matter how much the hurdles come forward, he can always strive to be at the top. So with camera person Pradeep, I Manoj Kumar Jana, Argus News.